This is your moment of clarity, and I'm Lee Camp. Normally I start a moment of clarity with happy thoughts, whimsical fancy men of dancing pygmies and button-nosed teddy bears doing backflips into marmalade waterfalls.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. I said total blast!
But this time, I come bearing bad news. The jobs aren't coming back. Jobs we're told will come back again and again from red-faced corporate shills trying to be your friends aren't coming back. They're gone for good. They're more gone than Lindsay Lohan's innocence or Ted Nugent's tolerance. And there are two main reasons for this. One is that companies and corporations can make people work for pennies in other countries, and they can do it while blatantly giving them cancer, dumping toxic sludge into the drinking water. They can do that stuff here in the US of A too, but not without people going, "Hey, this water tastes like shit, you fucking assholes!" But the main reason the jobs aren't coming back is because of technology. Technology advances exponentially. That is to say, really fucking fast. And it has been eliminating jobs all the way back to the time of the printing press and the cotton gin. Hell, even the first sharpened stone eliminated jobs of thousands of men who were tasked with holding beavers up to trees and pleading with the little furry buggers to chew the thing down. It will only be a matter of years before technology fully replaces jobs like waitress, stewardess, secretary, cashier, and all the other things that seem to be the only careers left for a lot of people. And some of you may be thinking, "Ah, thank God, now I won't have to deal with the goddamn annoying waitress anymore."
Don't interrupt, rude.
But what you don't realize is that the robot waiters will be so good and so well programmed that they will be quite proficient at calling you a disgusting fat bastard and then pissing some sort of robot juices in your soup. But here's the good news. Technology taking away all the jobs is a good thing. That's right, it should be a good thing. If we were smart enough to create a society that took care of everyone, no matter how much work was available, then technology stealing jobs would be something to celebrate. If you had a job working 5 hours a day as a fluffer on a porn set, and then a machine comes along that looks like a Flowbee without the blades, and makes it so that you can do all 5 hours of dick sucking in only 4 hours, you should simply get paid the same for fewer hours or fewer dicks. But instead, we give that extra money or time to the corporate profits and the CEOs and tell the workers to suck harder for the same pay. And if we don't stand up and change the system, this will continue until one day, in about a decade, there will be only 3 jobs remaining. I think I read there'll be CEO, horse whisperer, and competitive eater. So as you know, profits are increasingly getting sucked to the top and jobs seem to be disappearing faster than nachos in front of a NASCAR family. And that brings us to our next segment, naming names. This is when we call out specific people or corporations looting the world. Today the prize goes to our friends over at Hostess, a beloved American brand. It's actually the first company to sell sliced bread, so it's where we got the expression, the best thing since sliced bread, motherfucker. I think I added the motherfucker. Anyway, these fucking dick helmets who own Hostess, 2 hedge funds called Monarch and Silver Point, because apparently hedge funds get their names the same way teenage girls come up with screen names, went about a plan to strip the company of its union employees, people who had often worked there for 15 and 20 years. Once the union employees were stripped away, these hedge funds could sell the brands at a much higher price. So they forced the company into bankruptcy, which allowed them to shed the union. They then stole the workers' pension money and their vacation money for good measure. They'll now sell the brand names and make over $1 billion. None of it will go to the workers who actually built the brands. You see, this is not the good old days, you know, when a company was run by a guy or a group of guys who cared for the company and the workers and the name of the brand. Nowadays, hedge funds or private equity firms buy up companies and then devour their carcasses, feasting and moving on. And for the cherry on top, the media largely ran with the company line that the unions killed Hostess. No, Monarch and Silverfuck killed Hostess. They're the worst things since unsliced bread. So we have some today?
We do, and actually several people have said the same thing.
Really? Okay.
Why, for the love of God and all that is holy, do you hate Big Bang Theory?
Really? That's what you guys agreed on? My dislike of this Big Bang Theory? To be honest, I hate it on several levels. One is, it's a shitty sitcom. But then, more importantly, it's acting like it's all with the nerd culture. And you know, we hear the nerds and we understand nerds and everything, but in fact, it's just making fun of people that consider themselves nerdy. It's making fun of people that enjoy comic books, or as if anybody who's nerdy must be gay, and so we're gonna make a bunch of gay jokes that mean that A, he's probably gay, and B, if he is gay, that's hilarious that we should make fun of him for that.
It gets better. Whatever bad it is now.
You a fan?
No, I'm not actually, but I'm more of a fan of reality TV when you see people as they really are.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite?
Cops.
Cops, yes, that's an age-old classic. When you see people as they really are, you know, half naked in a wife beater running from the cops. Well, thank you for sitting down here with us.
You're welcome.
What you want, what you want. I live for sacrifice, it feeds my appetite. I'd rather pocket none than pay the price. You and I are fought for parallel.
What was your start like? How long you been rapping? How long you been making music?
I've been doing it for about 15 years now. I was a really shy kid. Never spoke, I was just really weird, okay, really antisocial and whatnot. I always was a fan of writing poetry, and I figured, wow, I really want to do this, and I could do this. I had my first show ever, it was just an open mic, and I just felt so comfortable up there. There was no nerves, there was nothing. I just said, wow, this is awesome.
I don't know why you gave up the $1 million path of poetry or music. Today on the show, we've been talking about money corrupting various things. Does rap that's designed to make millions of dollars, is it different than music that's a person's way of creating art?
There's a lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons, and those reasons are money, money, and money. Right?
What was number two?
I think that was money.
Got it.
Money helps people get from point A to point B and whatnot, but in the end, it's an evil piece of fucking paper. And this piece of paper seems to justify a lot of what people do artistically.
So the guys you've seen change, like it seems like they were creating something genuine, and then the money started coming in. All of a sudden, it was like, well, you know, they got a label that's telling them to say this, so that's what they're gonna say.
I've seen people have an amazing message behind their music, and then they slowly transitioned into the most basic, you know, girl, you got that booty that bounces, pour that fucking vodka down your mouth, bullshit, whatever.
Right, I don't even know what that means. You're not speaking to the masses. So talking about a girl's ass in the Mercedes, that's speaking to the masses?
Apparently so. I mean,
do you feel like that's held you back because you're not corporate friendly, I guess?
You know, as a struggling artist, every dollar does count. However, my focus was never exchanging dollar signs with every line or every song that I've ever put on a piece of paper.
Well, thanks a lot, man. What's the name of the new album again?
The new album is Amicable Antagonism, The Perpetual Balance.
Definitely recommend people check that out. It's amazing. And I believe you're selling it for it's $200 a copy, right?
250. But yeah, pretty much up there.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
You can love me, you hate me now. If you don't like the sound, you can turn it down.